Hello you beautiful, beautiful people. Series 29 has arrived in Forza Horizon 5, which means we have to say goodbye to the Winter Wonderland at the stadium, but we say hello to the Community Choice update and a brand new festival playlist. And to kick off this brand new festival playlist, we are jumping into the summer season to take on this week's FORZATHON challenges in Harmony. And as always with the weekly Thursday FORZATHON video, we're going to be checking out this week's FORZATHON shop and all the festival players rewards available this week. So if you happen to be new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. While you're down there, smash that like button, share the video with a friend. Without further ado, let's jump into this week's FORZATHON challenges. So let's waste no time, let's jump straight into this week's FORZATHON challenges in Harmony to pick up 160 FORZATHON points and 5 points towards our festival playlist. As always, we've got to start off with Chapter 1, this week's Bending the Rules. After racing sports car restrictions were lifted, Ted Cutting decided to design a new Aston Martin that would be more powerful than its predecessor. The 1958 Aston Martin DBR1 was the result of this. Own and drive this classic. Now, the 1958 Aston Martin DBR1 actually arrived in Forza Horizon 5 with Series 28, and it arrived to the auto show and could be picked up for 22.5 million credits. That is actually super expensive for most players. Now, do not fear if 22.5 million seems super expensive for this car, which to be fair, it is. You can hop over to this week's FORZATHON shop where you can pick it up for 1,200 FORZATHON points. But if you are fairly new to the game and you don't have the credits or the FORZATHON points, you can hop over to the auction house and see if you can pick yourself up a bargain. Now, I do have a tune available if you guys wish to use it, A800. Just search my gamer tag Skippy4631. Share codes for tunes, as always, are in the description and the comments below. Alrighty then, own and drive. Hop outside any festival site or player house. Drive a couple of seconds down the road. Bending the rules complete. With Chapter 1 complete, it is on to Chapter 2, Feeling Light. And apparently, I've already completed it. We're going to go ahead and do it again anyway. The 1958 Aston Martin DBR1 has a magnesium alloy body, making it incredibly light. Test your handling of it by banking a skill chain of 50,000 points. Now, to make this chapter slightly easier, you can hop on over to the DBR1's Car Mastery, where there are a few perks in here to make this chapter that little bit easier. So then, for this chapter, I'm using the motorway that runs down the centre of the map. I'm using all the smashable objects around the motorway to get myself to that 50,000 skill score. Now, I'm going to aim for 10,000 times by 5, maybe even 15,000 times by 4, and that will get us our 50,000 skill score that we need. And I'm literally just sliding and smashing and crashing my way around the motorway as we hit 12,000 times by 4.5. Get to that times 5, and then we're going to let the skill score bank. Bring the DBR1 to a stop. Get that skill score bank. 16,200 times by 5 gives us 81,000 points. That will be a Chapter 2 complete. And there it is, Feeling Light complete. We just didn't get the notification because apparently I completed it previously. But moving on to Chapter 3, Speed Matters. The 1958 Aston Martin DBR1 was the fastest car at the 12 hours of Sebring, despite not finishing the race. Can you match that by maintaining a speed of 100 miles an hour for 1 minute? So for this chapter, I would suggest using the motorway that runs down the centre of the map and just maintain that 100 miles an hour or more. You can start at either end, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to be starting this endo at the smaller roundabout and using this little road as my run-up onto the motorway. Here we go then, over 100 miles an hour for 1 minute, maintaining that speed, which should be nice and easy when using the motorway. We're also going to do a couple of speed traps and a speed zone along the way. This shouldn't take too long at all. Well, a minute in actual fact, as we come down the motorway at 160 miles an hour into 6th gear. It's got to hold that speed. And after that very short blast down the motorway, that is Speed Matters complete. So Chapter 3 complete, it is on to Chapter 4, Standard Set. Sporting a large triangular vent, which would become standard for future models, the 1958 Aston Martin DBR1 is a beauty to behold. take a photo of this fantastic car. So kind of continuing from chapter 3, make sure you are in free roam, hit up on the D-pad or whatever button you have set to get yourself into photo mode. Make sure you have the DBR1 in shot, and then go ahead and either press quick promo shot or take photo. I prefer quick promo shot. And then from this point, go ahead and exit photo mode, head back to free roam where chapter 4 will complete, which in turn will complete this week's Forzathon challenges in harmony, collecting 160 Forzathon points and 5 points towards our brand new summer wet season. And let's jump on over and check out this week's Forzathon shop. Now, we've already briefly touched on this with the Aston Martin DBR1 from 1958 being available. Of course, this week's Forzathon vehicle, 22.5 million credits at the auto show, or 1,200 Forzathon points here in the Forzathon shop. Well worth picking that up here if you don't have the credits. Also well worth picking up if you do have the credits, so then you've got 2. Next up, we have the Nissan pickup, number 23 Rally Raid, 500,000 credits at the auto show, 400 Forzathon points. Here, 2 vanity items, doodle pattern utility trousers, 75 Forzathon points, and in the emote, the Running Man, or the classic Running Man, again, 75 Forzathon points. As always, any spare Forzathon points knocking around, grab yourselves a normal wheel spin for 60 Forzathon points, or you can grab a super duper wheel spin for 150 Forzathon points. Like I say, the Aston Martin DBR1, very much worth picking up for 1,200 points. Going to save yourselves a bunch of credits. And like I say, if you want a second one, again, it's going to save you a bunch of credits. And let's jump back to the festival playlist and check out all of this week's rewards and restrictions. So being a brand new festival playlist, the Community Choice Festival playlist, we have brand new series rewards. We have 292 points up for grabs in total, and for 80 of those points, it is a fan favourite, the 2020 Nissan GTR Nismo, personally one of my favourite cars. And for 160 points, again, personally a favourite car of mine, the 911 GT3 2021. Genuinely, these cars are not to be missed, so make sure you are getting those points. Get at least 160 points in this series. Moving on to the summer wet season, 73 points up for grabs in total. 2 exclusive cars this week, the McLaren 12C for 20 points and the Aston Martin DBS for 40 points. These cars may not be brand new to Forza, but they are brand new to Forza Horizon 5, so again, make sure you are grabbing 40 points in summer. Moving on to this week's online trial, Fantastic Tours reward, Plymouth Cuda, and the car restriction GT and Super GT A800. 2 event labs this week, 1 Buick Regal GNX up for grabs and 1 Super Wheelspin up for grabs. The first event lab is going to be in modern sports cars A800, and the second event lab, Extreme Track Toys S2 998. There is actually a third event lab on the festival playlist. Grey suit clothing item up for grab. Restriction for this one, Horizon Special EVs in A800. 3 PR stunts on the festival playlist this week. 3 Super Bowl spins up for grabs upon completion. Danger sign and 2 speed traps to go and complete. All 3 PR stunts require us to be in Anything Goes S2 998. 2 Seasonal Championships this week. Short Circuit's going to be giving out the BMW M509. Restrictions for this one, any Aston Martin A800. And Mazda Full Driving giving out the Chevelle 70. Restrictions for this one, any Mazda B700. Challenges for this week's summer season. We've got 2 treasure hunts on the festival players. I'll be covering both of these in one video coming to the channel very soon. The first treasure hunt, Better Make Way for 100 Forzathon points. And the second treasure hunt, Relighting the Fire for 250,000 credits. This week's photo challenge is rather special, Lambo Lights. We have the Neon Airstrip returning to Aerodrome en La Salva. That is in the south of the map. So if you missed that last time, that is back on the free roam map. For completing this week's photo challenge, you'll be grabbing the Horizon Rush t-shirt. We have 4 monthly Rivals events this month. We have the Horizon Mexico Circuit and the Player Azul Circuit in the traditional monthly Rivals. And then for our Forza EV, the Arch of Moulay Circuit and the Emerald Circuit. Get out there and post your best lap times. Now moving on to the Rally Adventure events for the DLC. 1 Speed Zone, giving out a Super Wheel Spin, restrictions, Anything Goes S2 998, and the Seasonal Championship hatchback by popular demand for the Toyota 86 Retro Hot Hatch is your car restriction. And finally, for the Hot Wheels DLC events, one Drift Zone Ice Cauldron giving out a Super Wheel Spin. Car restrictions, Anything Goes S2 998. And to finish things up, one Seasonal Championship Pedal Push-In giving out the Audi RS3 car restrictions Decade 1990s S1 900. And that, ladies and gentlemen, finishes up our summer season for the start of Series 29 and the Community Choice update. Like I say, if you don't have the Aston Martin DBR1, it is available in the FORZATHON shop, and make sure you are grabbing 40 points of completion to get the McLaren 12C and the Aston Martin DBS. Like I say, not new cars to Forza, but they are new to Forza Horizon 5, and put the work in to get 160 points, or at least 160 points towards the series completion bonus. As always, any questions about the weekly FORZATHON challenges, the Festival Pass, or Forza Horizon 5 in general, do hit me up in the comments. I'll always do my best to help you out. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, subscribe, like, and share. Stay safe, and have an awesome day.